Welcome back to Tropical Outlook on this first day of October. Today we are tracking Category 2 Hurricane Imelda, which is now heading straight for Bermuda. The storm poses a significant threat to the island over the next 24 hours especially, and we are expecting hurricane force winds, high surf and heavy rainfall across the island. So here's the latest satellite imagery. Imelda has developed a well-defined eye earlier today, but it has since become obscured, likely due to increasing wind shear, which often disrupts a hurricane's organization. But still, the storm maintains a fairly strong and compact inner core, which just reflects the intensity it is right now, a Category 2 hurricane. On the eastern side of the system, you can see the outer rain bands are gradually approaching Bermuda, and in the top right corner, you can just make out the remnants of Umberto, which has now transitioned into a frontal system and are expected to be absorbed by Imelda soon. So Imelda has strengthened into a Category 2 hurricane today with maximum sustained winds of up to 100 miles per hour. We could see those winds affecting Bermuda tonight as the storm is very likely to make a very close approach or even direct impact on the island. Minimum central pressure has dropped to 966 millibars. Imelda is currently situated at 31.0 degrees north, 70.4 degrees west, moving east-northeast at 20 miles per hour. Unsurprisingly, a hurricane warning is in effect for Bermuda, which means hurricane force winds are likely to be in the region within the next 36 hours. And here's what we expect from Imelda. The storm is likely at or very near its peak intensity right now and could briefly strengthen further to winds of up to 105 miles per hour within the next 12 hours. Between 12 and 18 hours from now, it will make its closest approach to Bermuda, and the landfall on the island cannot be ruled out. After that, by tomorrow night, Imelda will likely transition into an extratropical cyclone as it accelerates northeastward, possibly continuing its journey towards northern Europe later this week. Computer model shows almost no divergence on the storm's short-term track. It will continue moving east-northeast and pass very close or directly over Bermuda. This means the worst conditions are expected to occur between midnight and early morning on the island. A nighttime storm is always more dangerous, and hopefully Bermuda is as prepared as they usually are. Google DeepMind's best track prediction also shows a possible Bermuda landfall in its latest run. Of course, nothing is guaranteed. Bermuda is a very small target, and even a slight wobble in the Melda's track could mean the difference between a direct hit or near miss. Nevertheless, we're expecting significant impact for the island in the short term. The GFS forecast at the 18-hour mark shows the storm centered just southwest of Bermuda. By then, tropical storm force wind will already be widespread, and hurricane force winds will be very close, likely passing across the island as well over the course of tonight to tomorrow morning. The good news is the storm is moving fast, and it will also weaken quickly after it makes a close approach to Bermuda. By Thursday evening, winds should have largely diminished, and the weather was starting to get better as we go across tomorrow and the day after, which is Friday. Imelda will also generate very large waves. Seas around Bermuda could reach 7 to 8 meters, which is likely contributing to the coastal flooding and storm surge in low-lying areas expected tonight. The US East Coast will also experience elevated seas with wave heights up to 3 meters, lasting through the weekend before conditions begin to ease. So it won't be in an ideal week for water activities across much of the Western Atlantic Ocean and the coastline, obviously. Let's look at the wind shear right now. Imelda is currently passing through an area with wind shear up to 25 knots, which has disrupted its eye structure, as I mentioned earlier. However, shear is likely to relax somewhat before it reaches Bermuda, leaving the open of the possibility of a slight further intensification, perhaps up to winds of 105 miles per hour threshold, as the National Hurricane Center expects. Sea surface temperature remains supportive with values near 28 degrees Celsius beneath Imelda. The Caribbean Sea and much of the Gulf of Mexico still around 30 degrees Celsius. whilst the central Atlantic continues to run above average for this time of the year, up to 28 and 29 degrees for some places even. Finally, in the Atlantic Ocean, the next name on the list are Jerry, Karen, Lorenzo, and Melissa. So far this season, we have had 9 named storms, 4 of which became hurricanes, 3 reaching major hurricane strength. Only 1 US landfall still has been recorded so far this season. Lucky year for the US, and hopefully that will continue, of course, because over the last 4 years, we have had tremendous amount of systems affecting the US. So this is the tropical outlook today. Hope everyone in Bermuda stays safe. Subscribe, like, and share, and we will see you on the next one.